Hi, seventh grade. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday. I'm making this presentation on Tuesday, but please listen to this presentation carefully because it does have instructions for your listening quiz. You took a quiz on the Renaissance on Tuesday. I've graded all your responses and they are in Power Score. Okay. There's a number of students that have eyes um, as an incomplete because you did not do the work. So you are still able to do that. Reach out to me if you need help finding what you need to do. The same thing is going to apply for Wednesday's listening activity. If you have not done the notes, I will not give you access to the quiz until you do so. This is UC Davis. I am missing notes from not that many students. So if you don't have notes, I will not give you the quiz. Okay, I think there's only one student. Okay, that's UC Davis. Do me a favor, please. It says Sophia, Melanie, Alfonso, and Mason. It says it's missing. It's not missing. It's just not turned in. So please make sure you turn it in. Okay, that's for UC Davis. For UC, that was UC Davis. Oh, I have UC Davis twice. Sorry. Let's find UCLA. So for UCLA, and the way you find this is, that's like actually a suggestion. You should listen to the activity again, the listening activity, okay, and go back into your notes because it will help you remember what you learned about. You should use your notes when you are doing the listening activity. That's the point of the notes. When you take the SBAC in May, the state test, you should be taking notes this way, okay, and you are able to use those notes. So I'm missing notes from a number of students. Please don't submit work that is incomplete. It's easy to tell. So again, if your name appears here, it's missing. It means that you didn't do it. So please don't email me and tell me ask me why don't I have the quiz. I'm gonna say because you don't have your notes. So I won't release the quiz until you do your notes. Okay. I will release the quiz at the same time from today. So UCSC will be at 9, UCLA will be at 10:30, and UC Davis will be at 12:30. And then let's look at UCSC. This one seems to always have a little extra of students missing their work. So there's still a number of students that need to do their notes. And if you haven't, then I won't release the quiz. You will see that getting an I impacts your grade tremendously. Someone went from having an M to an S, a low S, just because they got an I on the Renaissance assessment. Okay. Starting on Thursday, we're going to begin working on a new unit, and it's called the Protestant Reformation. So there's two words that I want you to think about. What does protest mean? Like protest, when someone protests, and what does the word reform mean? So protest and reform. One thing that I want to make clear is that this unit is about a religion. It's about Christianity, and in Europe during the Middle Ages, even after the fall of the Roman Empire, in the Middle Ages, Europe was dominated by one Christian religion called the Catholic religion. Okay, the Catholic religion was the number one Christian religion in Europe at this time. It was really the only one. And the Catholic religion is at the very top is someone called the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church. I'm going to show you this very short clip. I know today is about listening, so let's practice. Okay, it's only 2 minutes long. Here we go. And this is just a preview because I want you to understand like the power that the church had. When I say the church, I don't mean like one building. I mean the religion of Catholicism.
The rise of the Catholic Church. After the collapse of the Roman Empire,
the collapse of the Roman Empire happened in 476, thereby starting the Middle Ages.
The bishops of Rome, called popes, struggled to survive the recurring invasions.
So the first pope was St. Peter, right? Remember that building you needed to memorize? St. Peter was the first pope. He was one of the apostles, one of the followers of Jesus. He was considered the first pope.
In the 6th century, They established a mutually beneficial alliance with the Frankish Empire. In return for the spiritual support of the church, popes received a province around Rome.
So the Pope was able to create like an alliance with an emperor, the Frankish emperors. Remember the one of the Germanic kingdoms that took over the Roman Empire.
Called the Papal States, and Frankish rulers supported the spread of Christianity in Europe. The
When
establishment of the Roman Catholic
when you hear the word Christianity, that means Catholicism at this time. It means the Catholic Church.
in Europe. The establishment of the Roman Catholic religion throughout Western Europe led to an elaborate hierarchy, or system, in which people were organized into different levels of importance. The Pope is the head, who governs the Church in the name of God. He is thought to be infallible and to
You might want to look at that word. What does infallible mean? What does that mean?
hold the keys to the kingdom of heaven.
So the Pope holds. In this case, it says the kingdom, but in this case, it's like the knowledge. He holds, according to people in the Middle Ages, he and the Catholic Church were required to get to heaven.
Thus providing him immense power over believers. In each country, there are large church districts called primacies, which are governed by archbishops.
So think how much power the Pope would have if when people see him as the person that allows you to enter heaven, the ability that he has. So it gives him incredible power, even power over kings.
Primacy consists of several bishoprics, run by bishops. Bishops supervise local priests, who are responsible for their parishes. The church officials make up the clergy, whilst
This is important. The clergy is anyone that works for the church, the bishops, the priests, the cardinals, the Pope.
the believers are called the laity. In the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church was granted vast lands and large incomes by kings and landlords. These made the church extremely wealthy, so that popes and bishops could afford not only a lavish lifestyle, but mercenaries as well. This
Mercenaries are people that you hire to attack, like soldiers.
resulted in growing papal influence over European societies. By the 11th century, even kings were challenged by popes with a formidable spiritual weapon called excommunication. This placed a mighty ruler outside the law and meant that his knights were banned from obeying him.
In the Catholic Church, if you are excommunicated, that means that you cannot enter heaven. It was like a death wish, right? Because when you died, according to Catholics, you went to hell. If you died and you were excommunicated, you will not be allowed to enter heaven.
Papal power reached its peak in the 13th century when popes appointed emperors and had hundreds of thousands of heretics slaughtered for beliefs that were against the principles of the Catholic religion.
One of the things that can get you killed was speaking out against the church, saying that what the church was teaching was wrong. Translating the Bible was a big no-no. Um, yeah, um, making copies of the Bible was a major no-no. So heretics are people that go against the teachings of the church, and they were killed. They were killed, and you'll see that this is a very dangerous time. The church has complete control, and no one dares challenge this massive power. It's really like a superpower. No one dares goes against it, but there's going to be one person that's going to push against the church. So one thing I want you to remember is during the Middle Ages, the Bible, there was not many Bibles because they were expensive to write by hand. Took a long time, and the Bible was mainly written in Latin. So most people depended on the church to understand what the church what is said in the Bible. Um, the understanding what was said in the Bible was not something that was well known except for the church, and they were the ones that control that message. Okay. Again, that was just a preview of what we're going to be focusing on the next couple of weeks. Today, you're focusing on the listening quiz. When you finish your notes, let me know so I can share it with you if you haven't done so yet. I'll see you guys later. Bye.